High school football on WCIA3.
Football is everything. Hey, hey, let's go.
This is Kirshner Building Center's Friday Football Fever.
All right, welcome in. It's Friday Football Fever. She's Courtney Lane Brewer. I'm Glenn Kinley. We have about as much of a highlight lineup as you'll see all year. We were at as many games as possible and more than usual, I would say.
As many games as possible with our incredible crew. We'll say it every week. But it started with a great one, a fantastic atmosphere in Gibson City. Melvin Sibley, they came in 2-0. Leroy entered 0-2, but we knew that this was going to be good football. In our spotlight game, Gibson City, Melvin Sibley hosting Leroy. Falcons driving, they go 4 and out, but recover the muffed punt for another chance. And it's Jacob Chase punching in the first touchdown of the day.
There we go.
7-0 GCMS. Second quarter, Leroy marches down the field and returns the favor. Keeper from Brett Helfrich, but the point after is blocked, so it's 7-6, not 6-7.
Almost said 6-7.
Falcons. The ensuing punt caught by Cameron Hitchcock. He skirts down the sideline, breaks just a few tackles to set up this red zone drive. Hey, he's already gotten the homecoming king crown. How about another tutty? Jacob Chase in the end zone.
He's really good.
Falcons keep Leroy out of the end zone the whole second half and get the win 21-12 to go 3 and out.
All right, he's the next Aiden Lawfrey, it would appear. Unity hosting Bloomington Central Catholic, a meeting of unbeaten teams. Check out this play. Saints Valshun Pope on the goal line. You be the judge. Was he in? They say he was. It's the game's first score. Rockets trying to answer. Crew Eckstein runs a man over, and he's got a solid gain. Then Dane Eisenmenger will air it out. He finds Tyler Henry for a big gainer. Henry will pick up more with his feet. Unity to the goal line and in. Somewhere in there is Dane Eisenmenger, and I believe he
Harry Eisenmenger's son.
And he is in, but Bloomington Central Catholic picks up a road win. This one goes down to the wire.
Ooh.
The Saints win 34-27.
Let's keep things in the IPC and go out to Chillicothe. SJO versus the IVC Ghosts. Second play of the game. SJO's Cody McKinney finds Tim Blackburn Kelly with a short pass running down the sideline. He is gone, y'all. That is a 60-yard touchdown for the Spartans. How about another from SJO? This time McKinney pitches to Logan Umbarger. Spartans go up 14-7 at the end of the first. And SJO keeps finding the end zone. They win this one 51-16.
No problem. They were good last year. They're good this year. They're good every year. An Illini Prairie matchup in Rantoul, and the Eagles hosting the Sages. We pick up in the first quarter, and there we go. Nolan Bennycamper, it's good, and it's 15-0 Sages. Not much going on offense for Rantoul, but look at this. The Eagles pick up the botched snap, and we're going the other way, but Rantoul would fail to score on that drive. Monticello threatening again. Bennycamper hits Will Osborne with the pass across the middle. That would set up Monticello, and a touchdown on the next play. The Sages run away with a road victory, 36-14.
Feels good to say Nolan Bennycamper again.
Yeah, he's a stud.
Pontiac now making the trip out to Paxton to face PBL. Pick it up after the second half kickoff. First play from scrimmage. Sam Hall connects with Mason Vaughn for 6. Pontiac going for it on fourth down, but the pitch is fumbled. They turn it over, and later on, Hal fakes the handoff and heaves it. Caden Vance goes into the end zone untouched. This game got out of hand quick, and it was 40-6. Panthers at 1 point. Pontiac scores a few more to cut the lead, but PBL wins it big, 48-28.
All right, a much-needed win for the Panthers. Central meets Peoria Notre Dame in its first half lead for the Irish, but the Maroon defense begins to step up. A plethora of defenders in on this one. Don't know what a group of Maroons is called. Still working on it. PND gets 6 here, but the host will make the stop on the 2-point try. Then Central says, let's give the ball to Zaire Aker. It usually works pretty well. It will on this play right here. Still looking for a score on this one. Central PND. Call the newsroom. Tristan Thomas will pick up and put it on our website.
Centennial taking on the Richwoods Knights in Peoria. Looks like a beautiful night out there and a beautiful night for junior Ty Hunt. He sneaks this one into the end zone for a quick touchdown, and he's back for the 2-point conversion. He runs on the outside, takes it in himself to get the extra point. Hunt later on throws one long to junior Law Esco. He catches it, and he'll take it right into the end zone for another touchdown.
There he is.
So here, Richwoods has the ball after this big one. Oh, he's still going. Then he gets down. Richwoods with the ball. Slips out of their hands, and Centennial would get a pickup in the end zone waiting on the refs, and it would be called a touchdown. Nice win for the Chargers.
Yeah, road victory.
46-0 on the road. Pat yourselves on the back.
Yeah, after the rivalry win last week, make it 2 in a row. Urbana gets a tough one, hosting Normal Community. The Ironmen threatening, but I think this is Melvin Braxton. He's making the goal line stop, not letting him in the end zone. The Iron try again, and it's, again, a Tiger stop. This is Malik Mosley and others on the tackle. NCHS has to settle for 3 on that opening drive, but eventually the Ironmen start putting up 6s. They win 55-7.
All right, it's neon night in Normal as Danville hopes to get a win over Glenn Kenley's alma mater. Early in the first half, the defense making themselves known with an all-to-the-ball tackle as Jalen Catchings brings down Malik Givens-Smith. That's not all the defense had, as a big pass breakup from Calvonta Modest would set the tone for the Vikings. On offense, how about Aiden Henderson moving out of the pocket and taking himself down the sideline? Normal West gets the win, 49-6.
I would have thrived in that student section. I did thrive in that
I believe that.
Maybe a little too much. Mount Zion with a tough non-conference matchup ahead of undefeated Breese Central. Braves trying to take the first lead of the game. Drive stalls in the red zone. No sweat. Gabe Shoemaker with the field goal, and they're on the board. Cougars take possession now, but the Mount Zion defense forces a 3-and-out. J.C. Anderson, he's more than a tight end, folks.
I know him.
And they'll have to punt. Mount Zion forced enough punts tonight and also found the end zone enough. It's a 38-28 Braves win.
All right, let's go to Decatur. MacArthur taking on U-High. Second quarter, Normal kicker Ethan Lavazza gets 3 points to make it 7-3 MacArthur. Their QB gets a nice run in for some yards. Real quick, love the blue lids with the blue jerseys.
Those
nice
look
game
nice.
there. Normal's QB returns it. Meyer, he runs it in 9-7 Normal. And while much might not have happened when our cameras were there, this one went to OT.
They dialed up the
with
action in the
MacArthur
second half.
sneaking out the 1-point win.
All right, good win for the Generals. Let's move on and let's talk about Argenta-Oreana and Arcola. It's the Argenta quarterback, Carter Lowe, running it, and he's got a first down and much more. Good things, small packages. That's how the saying goes, something like that. And he's passing now. Jackson Veach, they're moving closer and closer and closer to the goal line. In fact, he looked very close. And here he goes, handing it off to Veach this time. I believe he's in. He is. Argenta-Oreana wins 45-7.